You know, people really don't use this spell too much, but it is an absolutely amazing tool for a dungeon master. In essence, you can just cast this spell and you can just slap a demon in there and be like, okay, now Demogorgon is just in a circle that he cannot leave. Which is pretty fucking cool if you ask me. Hello and welcome to Spell Spotlight. I'm your host, an egotistical man with uncomfortable chin hair, and I know way too much about D&D considering I've only played it for 2 years in comparison to my lords Matt Mercer and Mark Humes. Today we are talking about Magic Circle, a spell that nobody wants except people like me who don't just take Fireball and Counterspell and Dispel magic. It has a lot of extremely good uses, which I'll tell you about. So to start off with, it's a 3rd level spell for your Cleric, Paladin, and Warlock or Wizard. I've never properly understood why a Warlock gets it, because it's not exactly Warlocky. And you don't exactly late level want to spend a 5th level spell slot to do this, because all it does is increase the duration of the effect by an hour, which is good. It does take a minute to cast, which means you can't just in one action drop this bad boy down in the middle of combat, but it lasts for a whole hour without concentration once you have put it down. What sucks is that it can just be dispel magicked, which kind of sucks, you know. But dispel magic, man, it's a bitch, and I hate it. It is an abjuration spell. It requires verbal, somatic, and material components, and it's one of those lovely spells where the material components cost money that you have to spend for the spell. You need either holy water or powdered silver and iron worth about 100 gold pieces to cast this fucking spell. That is expensive. That is very expensive. So when you cast the spell, you create a 10-foot radius, 20-foot tall cylinder that makes a cool ass magical barrier. And there's like, wherever you put it, you can put it on a wall, you can put it on a roof or the floor. There's like a circle of runes below, kind of marking where it is. So when you cast the spell, you basically choose one type of creature to just put your middle fingers up to and say, fuck you. Celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead. Standard cleric stuff so far. Now I know this sounds busted for now, but the creature type that you designate cannot enter the 20-foot diameter cylinder. Granted, it takes a minute to cast, but if you plan it right, then you can basically say no to Zariel wanting to go near you. There is one way of a creature of that type can get in, and that is through teleportation or interplanar travel. Even so, a creature attempting to do this first needs to make a charisma saving throw against your spell save DC, or that ability is used and wasted and failed. So basically it's super hard for that creature to get in. Also, if you designate Celestial and Mr. Celestial has Guiding Bolt and just wants to shoot you because you're already in it, they will have disadvantage on the attack roll. And finally, there's a good old immunity to Charms and Frightens and Possession within the circle. Which is, possession doesn't happen too much. It's kind of sad. I wish it happened more. There is also a neat little extra. You can reverse the way that the effect works. Instead of it being any creatures from the outside can't affect someone from within, you can basically, if a creature is in there, create the magic circle around them, designate their type, and then they're trapped in there, and they'll have like disadvantage on attacking anyone outside of it. And anyone outside of it will have all of the immunities to charms, frights, and possession. And that's pretty cool. You can just yeet a vampire in there, like knock the vampire unconscious or something, or like kill him, and then wait for the mist to travel to the coffin. And then you cast the spell around the coffin and they wake up and they're like, oh, okay. And you cast Planar Binding, and it's like, alright, now I have to do what you say for an hour, for a day. Which is fucking sick. So, that's Magic Circle. It is a very cool idea of a spell, and when you execute it right, it's so fucking cool. And it's mainly utility and protection and debuffs, which most people don't take because they want to take the spells that do damage and shit, but it's so good. And if you execute it well, it's a free encounter win. Fighting a bunch of fae or something, you just slap a Magic Circle down. After a minute, you like run, do a magic circle, and then put everyone in there, and they cannot affect you. The faes cannot charm you, or frighten you, which is fucking cool. Cheers for watching Magical Tea Party, where my girlfriend does all the work and I just talk to a camera. Like and subscribe, and you can go away now. Go on, the video's over. I don't know why you're still here, you can just leave. Go! Go! Hello there.